I'm on with this today. This is one of the suspension turrets for the chassis, obviously for the car build, and doing a few modifications to it. So stay tuned, and you'll see what I'm doing. One of the things I did many years ago was to move the engine back about 5.5 inches in the chassis, and I did this by modifying the front suspension tower engine mount positions, as you can see here. I also gained another 1/2 inch by switching the actual engine mounts that bolt to the engine, switching those over. Here's a view of the front of the car while I was making the new engine mountings, and you can see both the suspension towers and the large, now unused front engine mount. Here you can see a couple of close-up views of the different sides of the car, different suspension turrets, and you can see the original engine mounts that I relocated. The welding wasn't great on them, so I decided to remove them, make new ones, and refit them. One thing I think is very important is that everything on the car looks good, even if it's underneath the car. The aesthetics of the car, to me, need to look really nice from all angles, whether you're lying underneath the car or looking down on it or looking under the engine, under the bonnet, at things inside the engine. Everything I want on the car to be there for a reason and to look like it was intended to be there. So you can see from this picture that the front suspension turret, that the front engine mount occupies a huge amount of that space from this angle. It's just occurred to me something else going back to this frame. You can see I've marked the extent of what needs to be removed and what is now removed. But also you can see the engine side panel around it, which will leave a big gaping hole. So one thing leads to another. When I get around to doing the engine side panels, I'll be adding some material around there to close that gap up somewhat. So here we have the suspension, one of the front suspension turrets. It has been modified already because I have welded on a new engine mount here. Then the old engine mount, which was on here, was completely redundant, and it was quite a large structure on here, and it served absolutely no purpose. So what I've done is I've removed most of that from there. I've cut that all off. I need to take this off now. Just finished grinding that off, and I'll be replacing that with a round piece of steel with a hole in, just to replicate that, but make it a lot more tidy, because that's just a remnant of the front, the old engine mount that's still welded to it. So I'll clean all that up. The idea about doing all this is when you powder coat things, it's like paint. It will adhere to everything. So where you see all these little imperfections in the surface, I've cleaned some up already, but like there, it's been a bit picky, but that's a little bit of weld spatter, and I'm sure there'll be a bit more by the time I've finished it. Yeah, it's a bit of weld spatter in there. Yeah, quite a bit of weld spatter on there. So clean up the weld spatter. Need to finish welding this up around here, and then check that the engine mountings fit properly, and probably just need to finish cleaning that lot up. Then what I'll do is I'll be tidying up all these flanges. I just think that it just looks awful, really. I mean, the way that sheet metal is missing around there. So I'm just gonna fill that with weld, and just to finish it off nice and neatly. It'll look an awful lot nicer if you put a little bit more effort into the component. A bit of weld spatter there. It'll just look so much nicer when it's finished. I know you won't see it because it's pretty much under the car. But I know that it will have been done right. And I'll just be checking some of these these little flanges. That's a bit nasty there. So I'm just generally just going to go around and just tidy it all up, dress things up a little bit, just make things look a bit. There's a nick there. I'll just sort that out. Just lots of little things, just to finish it off, just to make it look that much nicer when it's powder coated.
So here you can see I've just started grinding away this, and you can see the rust underneath. It's only surface rust, but nevertheless that's what you get when you've got two bits overlapping. So when that's removed, I'll clean all that lot up and replace it with a nice little round piece of steel. That's removed. Now I can concentrate on and clean all these folds up now. Just clean it all up down there, and that's the original surface. So I'm taking it down initially with the electric angle grinder with 80 grit on a flat wheel, which is nice and controllable. Then I'll be using my little mini die grinder with a 3-inch disc on. I think that's 24 grit. It's really abrasive, but just tickle it lightly with that, and then I'll be finishing it off with the mini belt sander. That was a 60 grit, 60 or an 80 grit, but it's very well worn down, so that's the final stage. Very gently remove the last remaining parts of that weld.
Hi, day 2 on these. I've got no PPE on today, so I'll try and remember to keep that off when I'm talking. So what have I done? Did a bit of welding on these yesterday. Would have been nice to have had a TIG weld on these, but hey ho, I've managed with the MIG. I've welded up the flanges where it looked a bit nasty. Filled them in, so just got to dress that back and see what that looks like. The other thing is I finished welding off around there on the engine mount, and did a bit of dressing in this area here to make sure that the radius here, that radius, would miss the because it fits quite tight in there. So I had to assemble that and do a bit of dressing to make sure that was nice and clear. So what have I been dressing with? What I use is these little burrs, metal burrs, die grinding burrs. So the sort of things that you use if you're going to port a head on a cylinder head to improve the gas flow. But absolutely brilliant for just getting in little areas like this and just taking out the tiniest little bit of metal just to finish it off, just to get it just right before I finish cleaning it up in the blasting cabinet, and then before powder coating. Right, what else have I done? Just a couple of little areas. There was a little nick in there, so I just welded that up. I'll dress that back. There was a bit of a gap in there, so I didn't like that weld, so I've gone over that weld just to clean that up, just to tidy that up. You can see that the area I was working on yesterday. Finished dressing that back, so that's all nice and back to the original metal. Still the rust in the middle. I'm not worried about that. The blasting cabinet will clean all that lot up. So yeah, just make good, just to neaten stuff up really, just as it looks a little bit better. So what I'll do is I'll show you this. There's the other one. Just do a little bit of welding just to finish it off around there. I just need to double check that clears the and again that's nicely finished off. That rust will just fly off in the blasting cabinet. So what else can I do? Just have a quick look around it. Oh yeah, the same on there. I just filled those in, so I'm just going to dress that back, see what it looks like. That one might need just a little bit more of a bead running across the top, just to finish it off. Then I'll clean all this weld spatter off and prepare it for powder coating. So over to the blasting cabinet. The first one's in there. Just going to clean that one up now. I've got some more bits on the way for the blasting cabinet. One of the pipes inside has failed, so I'm putting a different fitting on it, so it's got the same feed through. Yeah, it's this pipe here. It feeds the media up into the gun, and it's failed. So it's wrapped up with tape at the moment. So, and also I've ordered a slightly smaller nozzle. So that's an 8mm nozzle. I've ordered a 6mm. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, let's just clean these flanges up. So, what are we doing today? We are welding these on. So remember, I took the old remnants of the old mount off there, and I've made these little mounts to replicate the other mounts on the car, and just put that in the blasting cabinet just to clean it up. I'll just degrease that with some acetone. I'm going to put that in place now. Put a bolt through it and just spot weld those 4 places up. I'm doing it on both of them, and that's another little part finished. So that's the first one welded up, or rather the second attempt at the first one welded up, which first one didn't go too well, so I've got to make another little disc for the other one. What I tend to do, I put a little piece of steel on the side there, and then I just get comfy and have a little practice weld before I move onto the job. Just find it helps. So here we are, cleaning up the welds now, or the beads of weld that I put on top of the flanges just to neaten them up. So they look a little bit untidy at the minute, but they're welded up, so I'm quite pleased with the weld. So just got to finish dressing them off, and then just reshape the profile, so they should look quite nice once that's done. Just using mini belt sander for most of it, to be fair. It's really good. It's doesn't take much off, and you can be quite accurate with it. So a little bit more to tidy up around here. These little marks here where it was weld spatter, so just been cleaning up. There's a bit, need to get that bit, and I'm just starting to clean up this. But yeah, I've had enough now, so I'm going to call it a day. Hi folks, just looking at finishing off this video of the work I've done on the front suspension towers. The finale was going to be me powder coating them in Old English white, but I've had a change of heart on that. Again, I've been studying some more photographs of genuine MGTFs, and there's a rather large structure on the front suspension there, which kind of almost mimics the suspension towers on the front of mine. And that's black. That's satin black, the same colour as the chassis. So I'm not going to be powder coating these. I will be finishing them when I do the chassis painting. So they'll be finished in epoxy mastic 1:1, which gives you sort of a satin black finish. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So what I'll do is, when I do the chassis, when I get around to painting the chassis, I'll put a little bit in and just show you the end result on the suspension towers. But suspension towers are all pretty much finished now, as you saw in the video. So I'm going to draw this one to a conclusion and publish it, because I've got so much footage that I've been collecting recently, and I'm not getting it out there. So that's what I'm going to do. So hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry about change of heart, but when you look at these things and sleep on these things, sometimes you change your mind on things, and I think for the best reason. So I've got lots more footage to show you, a lot more to do on the chassis. So I'm going to finish this off, get it published, and then again crack on with the rest of the chassis, which is coming on very nicely. So that's for a future video. So hope you enjoy. Stay tuned. Thanks for subscribing, and if you've watched it and liked it so far, then please hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe. I'm obviously trying to build the channel. It's getting quite a lot of reviews now, which is really quite exciting. Very pleased about that. There's a lot more to come, so stay tuned. Hope you enjoy. Have a great day. Bye.